Many coin developers require extensive infrastructure to maintain day-to-day operations, while hobbyists, investors, and traders require coin developers to do this securely and professionally. We are Spectre Security Coin, building a new kind of decentralized community.
It's that time again, your crypto daily time. So grab a seat, get some coffee, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And now here's your hosts, Red Planet 32 and Johnny Boy Crypto.
Hello, wonderful world of cryptocurrency. This is your good buddy Red Planet 32. We're doing it here live in living color. Hope everybody's doing great. Yes, the millions and the millions. Yes, thank you. I'm here with you, and my co-host Johnny Boy Crypto lurking around in the shadows of the night on some abandoned road, doing great services and great joys for the rest of the country. Hey, listen, I hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend or a fantastic week thus far. Mine has been interesting to say the least. And but hey, at the end of the day, we are here. Tonight we have a special show lined up for you. We have our special guest, none other than Factom Protocol. So super excited about tonight. So hold on to your seatbelts, everyone, boys and girls. It's the Your Crypto Daily Show live. Hey, listen, of course, this show has been brought to you by X42. Open, feeless, infinite. Spectre Security Coin, helping build a better, safer blockchain technology. Shout out to our new community partners. Leisure Coin, you guys can check them out at leisurecoin.org. Then we got the Fearless Boss team that has just joined on with us. Super excited about that. Shout out to them and their team there in Fem City. So tonight's gonna be a good show. Hope that you guys have been great. Let's just talk about a little bit what's going on in the crypto world, really. And John, any news you want to share with us tonight? Any special stuff? Any giveaways going on that you want to share with the people?
Oh yeah, there's always stuff going on.
Come on, tell us about it, big man.
Yeah, rain's going on. If you guys check out the Your Crypto Daily server, there's links to over 50 projects, news updates. The Fort Knox server, there's tons of projects in there, bots that just do rains. You get a whole bunch of free coins in there. Throw Punch Coin, they do a bunch of rains. There's Rockin' Rains. That's just a whole bunch of cool stuff going on there. Really cool news. Coinstar apparently is selling Bitcoin now.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. So you can cash in some coins and get some Bitcoin.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
And
man.
then of course the latest news, Cryptopia hacked. It's crazy.
Yeah, Cryptopia hack, and then there's some other stuff coming down the line. I was hoping that Digi would be on with us tonight. Maybe he'll chime in a little bit later on with us, talking about the whole CREX24 scenario that's going on too. That's interesting stuff. I was reading an interesting article here in Cointelegraph here. Crypto analysis Brian Kelly says no shot for Bitcoin ETF in 2019. What a bummer. But you know, at the end of the day, man, the scams have to stop. They have to stop. They have to stop. They have to cease. And but hey, you know what? Tonight is not about the negativity. Tonight is about focusing on some positivity, right? And we have a wonderful guest on here with us. None other than Mr. David Chapman from the Factom Protocol. We got Factom Protocol live, boys and girls. Factom
Is it hissy?
Protocol live. Yes.
Hey, gentlemen, appreciate you having me on tonight.
Yes. This is live Q&A with these guys tonight. So if you have your questions, hold on to your wits. We're going to learn a little bit about this company. We had them on for a short period of time the other few weeks ago, and now we have them all to themselves. And and so we're gonna go dig deep into them tonight and learn a little bit more of an overview about their company, and then hopefully learn a little bit more about what's to come. Let's give some recognition there to those people who are joining us on chat tonight. Keep in mind, make sure you guys check out yourcryptodaily.com. Make sure that you check us out there. Check us out on the YouTube channel, Your Crypto Daily YouTube channel. Periscope TV, we're broadcasting live from there right now. Johnny Boy Crypto Station, broadcasting live from there. And heads up, you guys, Your Crypto Daily's got their own application that you'll be able to download right to your phone from the Google Play Store and from the iPhone Apple Store real soon. So stay tuned for that. We're forever expanding our radius of reaching more people, and we thank you guys all for your support. For those who tune in.
How much is that? How much is that app? How much is that app going to cost, Rick?
I don't know. I didn't know I was going to discuss it online with people, but it doesn't matter, long as we can get it out to the people. And
free? Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we just want to get it out to the people. Oh, well, to them it's going to cost them nothing. It'll be a free app they can download.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I thought you meant like, how much does it cost to build it?
No, man. If I want to download it, how much do I have to pay?
It's gonna be free. It's gonna be free. Obviously, we got to go through some protocols with Apple iTunes Store to make sure they give us clearance on it, and then of course we got to get through the Google Play Store to make sure they clear it and it doesn't have any viruses or anything like that. But hey, listen, ready or not, here it comes. Your crypto's coming for you, man. It's a lot of joint ventures we got going on right now, and I'm really excited about. But we got Mr. David Chapman on with us tonight, and I'm super excited about it. Hope that you're doing well, David. We thank you for taking out the time with us on tonight. Thank you for joining us once again. How's your week going for you so far?
Well, I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my wife has been working a lot lately, so if I come across as not being as sane as one might expect, that's the reason why. But other than that, life is fantastic. So I appreciate the opportunity to come on here and speak about the amazing protocol, the Factom protocol that I've been working on for a while now, with a ton of additional really intelligent people that are doing exciting things.
That's awesome stuff, Lee.
Hopefully going to be making a real difference in the world here pretty soon.
Oh man, so let's talk about it. So just for those who were not able to join us the last time around, when you guys were on, I think you guys came on like a fly-by-night moment. We were talking about your coin some way, somehow, and then you like joined on, and Johnny did one of his things. He ambushes people on live on like Twitter and such. So but that's kind of how the show got started, crashing parties, crashing weddings. And that's what we do. I guess that's what we do best. So just give us a general overview what you guys are all about and what it means for the rest of the crypto world.
Sure. The first thing I need to clarify is that I don't represent the Factom protocol.
Okay.
That would be like me saying that I represent TCP/IP or the World Wide Web or the file transfer protocol or something like that. The Factom protocol is a protocol at this point. It's one of the most decentralized blockchain projects in existence, in my opinion. And who I am is I'm CEO of Factomize. And Factomize is one of the 25 companies. There's a coalition of companies that are building and furthering the Factom protocol, and I was lucky enough to manage to get my company elected to be one of those initial authority node operators. And we provide the infrastructure that decentralizes the protocol, and we're also incentivized to further it in whatever means we choose. Until recently, my company was building a lot of the solutions for governance for the protocol. We just recently transitioned into doing core development because we made a lot of progress on the governance side of things, and we felt that we could benefit the protocol there. So the background on the protocol is it was conceptualized by some brilliant people by the names of Paul Snow, Brian Deary, David Johnston way back in 2014. It's pretty old when it comes to cryptocurrency.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like you guys have been doing this or been involved for a little bit of time then.
Yep, I wasn't involved with them. I came in not too long after the ICO, and it was actually one of the first ICOs ever conducted way back in 2015. And the company that started the Factom protocol is Factom Inc.
Okay.
And the protocol went through a series of milestones. Milestone 1, which was basically the late alpha, early beta, where it was simply on one server controlled by Factom Inc. Then milestone 2 came not long after that, and that's where the peering came in, the P2P network, where there were 8 servers, but they were all still controlled by Factom Inc.
Ah, okay.
And development continued until about April of 2018. And that's when Factom Inc. realized, with the help of some community members, such as Tor Paulson, who's now one of the guides, that the protocol was ready to become decentralized. It was ready to hit the big time. And that's when us authority node operators came in, because we went from those 8 centralized servers controlled by Factom Inc. to now there's 25 authority node operators as of today. And each authority node operator operates 2 servers. Eventually, there's going to be at least 65 of these companies around the world that are decentralizing the infrastructure. And it's been an interesting journey, because we're so decentralized at this point that it's actually been difficult to deal with exchanges and a host of entities that are used to dealing with centralized projects.
Okay.
We've had to form exchange committees and marketing committees and legal working groups, and all the while ensure that we remain and continue to decentralize. Because, as I'm sure you gentlemen know, when it comes to cryptocurrency, it's critically important that you're decentralized.
Yes.
In my opinion, most projects are still quite centralized. And in many cases, that means, especially in the United States, that they're probably securities. Whereas William Hinman of the SEC, when he gave that famous speech where he talked about how Ethereum is probably no longer a security because they're sufficiently decentralized, if you go by that guidance, then it's critically important that that you work towards decentralization in your project. But that's not just. Sorry if I'm rambling on here. By all means,
no. You're just giving us the.
Interrupt me at any time.
No, you're giving us the bones of everything. That's cool.
Yeah. So when people think decentralization, though, I think most think infrastructure, your servers.
Right.
But it's got to be more than that. If you have decentralized infrastructure, but your governance is still centralized, if everything is dictated by a central authority, you're not decentralized. So your governance has to be decentralized. And then even if your governance and your infrastructure is decentralized, but you have a single party doing your development, you're still centralized. So in our opinion, you have to have decentralized governance, you have to have decentralized infrastructure, and you have to have decentralized development. Otherwise, in the case of many of these projects, you're probably a security. And the Factom protocol at this point is decentralized in development, we're decentralized in governance, we're decentralized in infrastructure. There's absolutely room for improvement, and that's going to continue to happen. But I again assert that we're one of the most decentralized projects that there is.
Wow. Well, that's awesome stuff. So what does that mean? I mean, just to kind of sum it up in a sense, I want to read this from your, well, I had your website up here. Where did you go?
Are you going to factomprotocol.org?
Yeah, I just had it up here.
So factomprotocol.org is another movement in the direction of decentralization, because we needed to create an information website that wasn't controlled by a single entity.
Okay.
So what we've done is we've come together and we've created factomprotocol.org, and we're going to, in the not too distant future, be forming a nonprofit company in the state of Wyoming because of their outstanding progressive cryptocurrency legislation that they're adopting on a regular basis. So we're going to be forming a nonprofit there, and that website is going to come under control of that nonprofit. And we're going to craft the bylaws in a manner where no single entity even controls the website.
And that's awesome. So you guys are going to have content there also that's going to be for the people, by the people.
That's it.
Man. So what's going to make this different from like content providers of companies like Steam and Medium? I guess they're supposed to be decentralized. Content providers, library. What's it called? Library something.com. What's
the decentralized YouTube?
Yeah, then you got DTube, and then you got BitTube. So what's gonna make you guys different from those other companies that are out there?
So at its heart, the Factom protocol is a data integrity layer.
Okay.
And by data integrity, let me give an example.
Please do.
Are you guys familiar with the Panama Papers, that huge leak of data out of Panama where it was shown that all the rich people around the world were doing all kinds of interesting stuff with their financials, and lawyers were backdating, changing documents on a regular basis, backdating them for the benefit of people, stuff like that. Are you familiar with that?
No, I can't say I'm too familiar with that, but educate us, please.
Sure. Well, basically, there was this gigantic leak of data, and it showed a myriad of extremely fraudulent and unethical and criminal behavior by all kinds of powerful entities and people around the world. And one of the big things that came out was there were these law firms that literally were backdating, were changing documents on such a regular basis that they had a set fee for it.
Wow.
Something where, hey, you know what, I need this document changed because for whatever reason, and they just pay this law firm to change the document, backdate it, change something about it. So it could be like if you're living in an apartment and the rental company wanted to say that you were supposed to be paying $200 more per month, they just go to their attorney and say, hey, this is what the person signed. Can we change this up to show that it was worth the extra couple $100 a month, so that they have to pay extra in rent? So that's an example of countless data integrity problems we have, where we really can't trust the data that we have because it's so easily changed. When you have centralized systems, whether they're documents or databases, it's easy to alter the data, and that can be by a hacker or with someone with access to that database. Mm-hmm. Or, for example, you may have heard about deepfakes. And what deepfakes are is this is the technology that's pretty much here and is only going to become more advanced with time. And that's video technology, where I can take a video or alter a video of, say, President Trump or some powerful person and make it look in real time like it is, like they're saying something different. Or I can alter the audio that you guys are putting out in a way that has you threatening someone or engaging in some criminal behavior. Basically, the data, where the world is heading is we're not going to be able to trust any of our data. Video, pictures, documents, anything, because the technology that we have allows us to alter it so easily. It's literally very quickly becoming a matter of national security for countries.
Man, hold on. Let's pause for the cause, can we? You mean to tell me that what I'm seeing on TV sometimes can be changed at any given moment, or a live
Definitely.
event could be digitally altered in the twinkling of an eye?
Absolutely. I have no doubt that security agencies have that technology, and it's going to be mainstream before long. It's hard to grasp that, but if you think about 20, 30 years back, the idea of altering a photograph would have been unheard of. And now you can just fire up Photoshop and it's a piece of cake. This technology is absolutely coming. If you search for deep fakes, it's not conspiratorial. It is a very real pressing problem that's heading our way.
Johnny Boy Crypto, where you at now?
Hey, yeah, so that's like there was talk back about artificial intelligence being able to like create live events like the Sandy Hook shooting, or I'm just using an example, like earthquakes or whatever it is, like crazy events that happen, but you're saying that stuff like that can happen.
Absolutely. This technology is coming. It is going to be here, and we have to be proactive. And altering of documents happens on a daily basis. Anything where you worry about the integrity of the data that you provide, that's being provided to you, that's something that the Factom protocol can solve. Now, we don't store your video, we don't store your picture, we don't store the document. But what transpires is if you want to if you want to be able to validate this data is true, what you do is you put that document through a hashing function and you create a hash. And it's simply a mathematical function that creates a digital fingerprint of that document. And if you were to alter a single character on that document, whether that be a period, whether that be a single letter or something more, and you ran it through that function again, it would no longer match that digital fingerprint. So what you can do is you can take that document, you can hash it, you can add that hash to the Factom protocol, and then you can prove to anyone in the future that this is a valid document. This was created at this time. It has not been altered since this time. And you'll be able to do that with anything from videos to pictures to documents, whatever you want. For example,
hologram technology.
Any kind of data will be able to. Now, some of it you're going to have to do at the hardware level. The earlier you get at the production, the more you're going to be able to trust the data.
So let me get this straight from you one more time. I don't mean to interrupt you guys by any means. This is called deep faking, is what you're calling it, right?
That's just one of the issues that the Factom protocol will be able to solve in the future. Deep fakes are only one of a myriad of data integrity problems that the world faces.
Man, that's insane, man. Go ahead, Johnny. What questions did you have for him? My apologies, guys.
But if you were to look at, let me give an example here, an additional example. If you were to look at my company's forum at factomize.com/forums, this is the discussion forum for the Factom protocol. And every single thread that's created on that forum, we create a chain for it on the Factom protocol. And then every single post within that thread gets an entry within the Factom protocol. And every single edit of any post gets an entry in that chain on the Factom protocol. So what this allows you to do is prove that those posts have not been altered, or prove that they have. For example, if you were a member of that forum, I, as an administrator, because I have access to the database, I could go in after you posted something completely innocuous and I could edit it in a manner where it says something that could be career ending for you if other people actually believed it. Or it could land you in jail. It could do any number of things, and it wasn't what you actually wrote. But if enough people believe it is, and you can't prove otherwise, you have a serious problem. But because
this is absurd, man.
But because every single post is validated by the Factom protocol, you can prove, yes, I wrote that, or you can prove, no, I didn't.
Hashtag truth is stranger than fiction.
Man, this is absurd. Hey, listen, real quick, I want to give a shout out to, I saw my girl was here. Mr. Chapman, last week we had an insane show. And we had Barack Obama's half-sister on the show last week.
Right on.
Yeah, it was absolutely bonkers. And shout out there to the Zodiac herself. And where we go. Shout out to Fearless Girl Boss and her team. Matthew Hunter, what's up, man? Kagiro Mira, what's up, man? Zodiac Obama Forger, Nancy Ruth Owens, what is up with you? Yes, thank you guys for tuning in on tonight. Somebody's mentioned in Genesis. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, she knows about the Panama Papers. Hey, Miss Owens, when you get a second, if you want to tune into the call, we'll post a link. Johnny, are you able to post the phone number for those to call in on tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep,
Mr. Chapman, please continue.
Yeah, so we're getting to the
Jeremy
point where can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
So the need for a global data integrity layer is critical. There's few, once they understand the problem, that will argue against the need for a global utility that solves the data integrity problem. And the Factom protocol is really the only blockchain project that's working to resolve this issue. And the design of it is such that we have a very real chance of becoming the global data integrity protocol. And if that happens, things are going to get real. But it's so brilliantly designed. Paul Snow, Brian Deary, the genius behind the design of this protocol, it's it's second to none in its design for these specific tasks. It's what we call a pure data protocol. Your Ethereum, your Bitcoin, they're computational in nature, whereas the Factom protocol is pure data. And that makes it far easier to scale, for example, through sharding, but it also allows a lot of very interesting things to be done by developers. For example, some brilliant developers that are at an authority node operator called dbgrow have created what's called the FAT protocol, FAT, the FAT protocol on top of the Factom protocol. And really it's pretty integrated because it uses the entry credit system that's part of the Factom protocol. And the FAT protocol is a tokenization protocol, in some ways similar to Ethereum's tokenization. But the FAT protocol allows tokenization at upwards of 100 times cheaper than the Ethereum protocol, and it's far more flexible. And this will be coming very soon. It's also going to enable smart contracts. And it's all due to the brilliant design of the Factom protocol that we're allowed to have new solutions built on top of it. And this is just the beginning. There's very brilliant people working on a host of new solutions for the Factom protocol. And as I said earlier, there's a very real chance that we're going to end up as the global data integrity layer. And unlike many projects where they're searching for a problem, they might have a neat little technical innovation. The Factom protocol solves a problem that is global in nature.
Man, so you guys are going to be more than likely just the go-to team at the end of the day when it comes down to just stuff being kept real, or as they say in slang, kept 100, right? For those that are out there, you guys are going to be the enforcers of content online.
No, absolutely not. The Factom protocol is censorship resistant. You can go right now and you can put whatever you want into the Factom protocol, as long as you're willing to pay the entry credits. I worry that any entity tries to be any sort of censor or enforcer.
Okay, awesome.
What we aim to be is the data integrity layer. When you create content, we're able to prove provenance. We're able to show, hey, you know what? This digital identity is tied to this piece of content which they created at this time, and it has not changed since this time. Or if it did change, here's the new change which their digital identity signed off on. Or, the digital identities are a critical component of the Factom protocol as well. So let's say that you create a video at a time where deepfake technology is prevalent. Okay, Red Planet 32, his digital identity from his camera that is connected to his digital identity created this video at this time, and this hash shows that at this minute it was not altered. This hash shows it was not altered. Okay, you know what? We can trust this video is from Red Planet and it has not been altered.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right. That makes more sense now.
Yep, it does.
Okay. Starting to click with me. I'm a little slow, but
I probably just need to be more practiced and nuanced at explaining it. I apologize.
No, you're good, man. That's awesome stuff. Johnny, what'd you get from that? If you want to break it down for those that are out there, I like the way you deliver it.
Basically, it's kind of like it's just like a blockchain, I guess. If it senses a fork in the video and audio, it's going to detect it and say, hey, this is altered. Am I right? Or
fork's an interesting way to put it, but yeah, if it's altered, I suspect that in the future there will be technology that is constantly checking the Factom protocol to see if it's been altered and will set some sort of alarm or whatever methodology is employed to say, yep, there's something wrong. This data can no longer be trusted.
Wow.
Yeah, it'd be like a timestamp, just like a fork would. When the forks happen, it's pretty much timestamped.
Sure. Or one thing that the Factom protocol can also do is prove the negative. So it's when everyone is, or when a company is putting all their data, when they're validating all their data, if something is missing all of a sudden, knowing that something was supposed to be there but isn't is also very valuable.
That makes sense. Wow. So it's just basically going to rule out all fraudulent activity live online, or any sort of altering done to any data or content that's out there. It's just going to pretty much red flag it, like, hey, watch out.
Well, we've got VR and AR and hologram and whatever else, Project Bluebeam stuff coming into the future too. So
yes, Project Bluebeam.
So Factomize will be able to detect that kind of alterations too.
Yeah, man, that's a whole nother conversation. I think we're going to talk about that next week, Project Bluebeam. That's important that we talk about that. But hey, because that, man, QFATB, thanks for watching the show. Brandon, what's up to you, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm glad to know that you still breathe. If you guys are out there, you want to call into the show, the number has been listed. I believe it's a 646-558-8656. 646-558-8656. Call in, man. Call in. Nancy Ruth Owens, talk to us tonight. How do you feel? You guys got questions? Jeremy Lee, what's up to you, man? You guys got questions? This is a good time to ask.
What was the extension on that? The extension number for the call?
Extension number, then going to hit pound, then 922-812-8043. So the number 646-558-8656. Then hit that pound button dialing 9228-812-8043 if you're out there. All right, please. So, I mean, what are you thinking, though, time frame there, wise, Mr. Chapman? And we're going to take a break here. You know what? It's a good time to take a break right now. Let's, as you gather your thoughts on it, let's take a small break and hear from one of our sponsors on tonight.
Many coin developers require extensive infrastructure to maintain day-to-day operations, while hobbyists, investors, and traders require coin developers to do this securely and professionally. We are Spectre Security Coin, building a new kind of decentralized community.
All right, and we're back, everyone. We are back. Hey, listen. I hope that you guys are great. Thank you. The chat, we thank you guys for watching on tonight, number one. We appreciate your support. Those who join us every week, let's just try to keep it positive in the chat and keep things right, man. But let's talk about this deep fake, though, right? And so we're looking at the deep fake, and I'm looking on Wikipedia right now at... All right. Deep learning and fake is an artificial intelligence-based human image synthesis technique. It is used to combine and superimpose existing images and videos onto source images or videos using a machine learning technique called a generative adversarial network, also known as GAN. The combination of existing and source videos results in a fake video that shows a person or persons performing an action at an event that never occurred in reality. This sounds like along the same lines as that, works hand in hand with that Mandela effect that Miss Nancy Ruth Owens was talking about last week and that Johnny Boy talks about quite often. It says such fake videos can be created to, for example, show a person performing sexual acts they never took part in, or can be used to alter words or gestures a politician uses to make it look like that person said something they never did. Because of these capabilities, deep fakes may be used to create fake celebrity pornographic videos or revenge porn. And deep fakes can also be used to create fake news and malicious hoaxes. Now, God, here we go, man. We're going down that freaking conspiracy rabbit hole. But, you know, this is where conspiracy meets reality.
But let's not talk conspiracy here. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. This is all factual stuff we're talking about tonight.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I don't want
10 years ago, you know, when the technology wasn't necessarily there 10 years ago, and I started bringing this up, you could throw conspiracy out. But this is here, and it's going to become more prevalent to the point where the 12-year-old next door is going to be able to start up not just Photoshop, but his deep fake video creation system. And because you looked at him wrong, or you got in a fight with the little 12-year-old next door for whatever reason, he creates some nasty video, and he's so good at it that you have no way to prove it's not real. And next thing you know, it's going viral, and your boss sees it, your loved ones see it. If we don't come up with solutions for this, literally we're not going to be able to trust anything we see or hear. And that is civilization destroying, if you would really want to get down to it. If you can't trust anything you see or hear, you have very serious problems.
Yeah, it sounds like that. That would not be good. I mean, if everybody is just, if everybody's in danger, I was just thinking about that. QFatB, thank you. I was just thinking about that. The Running Man movie, kind of like did a whole alteration on the reality of what was going on when Arnold Schwarzenegger and those guys really won the show on Running Man. All of a sudden, my man that was behind the scenes that was running the game show changed it digitally on the screen so so it can look like they lost and they died, and people start cheering, all for ratings. So that you're pretty much saying, Mr. Chapman, that's what that is. That's what deep faking is. It's just to really change and gut everything.
It can be whatever you dream up, really.
Man,
I mean, it's a problem. If you're, let me take a step back here.
Yeah, go ahead, take us.
Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to jump on the call real quick. Didn't want to interrupt you guys, but I thought this was interesting.
Oh yeah. Miss Ruth Owens, keep on trying to call in. Hey, listen, if you guys are trying to call in, keep trying to get in. I guess everyone's all trying to call in at one time or something. I don't know what's going on, but sometimes Zoom gets a little weird. Keep calling in, please.
Yeah, so David, I had a question about the Factom protocol. Just kind of backtrack a little bit, if you could.
Sure, please.
Yeah, so how is this going to work? Like, is it so these transactions on the blocks, it's going to be different than just like, say, what I was talking about in the chat is like blockchain is moving away from just financial transactions, and you're saying that Factom protocol will be able to, like, say, provide a hashtag for documents, for videos, for all this other kind of stuff. How will those relay, like, say, onto a block explorer? Would you just find that how would that work?
Sure, the outstanding question. So the token for the Factom protocol is the factoid. FCT is the ticker symbol. And the Factom protocol is actually a 2-token system. And the second token is called entry credits. But entry credits are not market traded. You cannot trade them to someone else. And they have a set price of 1/1000th of a cent each. And the way that you get those entry credits is you actually burn factoids. Now, when are these tokens numbered? They're not. No, they're
okay. So it's not like you would identify a specific token to a specific hashtag or something, or a specific tax ID.
But I'll show you that in just a minute. So the factoid. And when I first, way back in 2015, learned about the Factom protocol and was talking with Paul Snow, he explained that the Factom protocol is not a currency. Or I'm sorry, the factoid is not a currency. And that really bothered me because I wanted to invest in currencies. I invested in Bitcoin way back in 2011 and Dash when it was Darkcoin when it first came out. I was interested in these currencies, and what's interesting about a token that's not used as a currency? And it took me quite a while to get it.
Yeah, so is it kind of like a crypto search engine almost?
No. So the value of the factoid will go up in value the more that the protocol is used. To enter data into the Factom protocol, you have to burn the factoid in order to get entry credits. And a single entry credit allows you to enter up to 1 kilobyte of data into the Factom protocol. Now, if you go to explore.factom.com, this is one of the 2 explorers for the Factom protocol. And this is showing the entries that are entered into the Factom protocol. And what happens is, whenever you want to secure some piece of data, like the posts that are on my forum at factomize.com/forums, in the background, you have software that burns these Factom, the factoids for entry credits. And then without ever having to touch the cryptocurrency, the software automatically will automatically enter the hash of that data into the Factom protocol. And then every 10 minutes, that is actually put into the Bitcoin blockchain. And
so everything is kind of like itemized and categorized and put into the blockchain. That's
correct. And it's however you design it as a developer.
Now, you guys were talking about deep fakes and like Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. Are you guys thinking that in some term that people would start using this as like a means of identification?
Absolutely. There's an identity component to the Factom protocol, which will be released quite soon, in fact. But how it's entered into the Factom protocol is up to each developer. For example, the way we designed it for my forum is, because the Factom protocol is a whole bunch of chains within the blockchain, every time a new thread is created on the forum, we create a new chain in the Factom protocol.
Now, and you're saying, like, would it be possible for a Factom to increase in value based on the amount of entry that it has in it?
It will, because in order to enter data into the Factom blockchain, you have to burn factoids. So if at some point, so right now, 73,000 new factoids are created per month, and those are distributed to the authority node operators, like my company. And that helps us pay our bills to decentralize the protocol by providing the infrastructure, by providing the servers necessary to decentralize it. If enough entries are going into the Factom protocol where sufficient factoids are being burnt, you would actually end up with deflation at some point, which would result in eventually you not having any factoids to utilize. So that'll never happen, is what we speculate. So the more that the Factom protocol is used, the more factoids are burnt, the more entry credits are utilized, the more the value of the factoid will have to go up, because the
value of information putting on the blockchain is going to go up, because there's only a limited amount of information that could be put out.
Yes, but that's not actually the mechanism. So,
well, I mean, if you think about, like, when we get around global adoption, and you're talking about people able to use Photoshop, you know, from their home computer, that's, you know, how many different computers are there in, you know, homes across the entire world? Right. You know, and how many different phones are becoming powerful enough to be a computer, you know? So at some point, there's going to be, once this is adopted, people are going to be trying to influx into this information.
Absolutely. There's going to be massive amounts of entries into the Factom protocol if it becomes the global data integrity layer. But what I need
it almost becomes a part of history.
What I need to articulate is, so Entry credits, which allow you to put data into the Factom protocol, are at a fixed price of 1/1000th of a cent each. So if the factoid is worth $1 and you burn it, you get 1,000 entry credits. If the factoid is worth $10 and you burn it, you get 10,000 entry credits. And what this does is this allows companies and governments, I should say, to effectively budget for the use of the Factom protocol. So if you were to use, say, Bitcoin to price yourself to say, it costs 0.001 Bitcoin per entry. Because of the volatility of most cryptocurrency, there's no way that governments and there's no way that companies could effectively budget. So they're just not going to take part. But the two-token system for the Factom protocol allows them to effectively budget because of the fixed price of the entry credit. It's the price of the factoid that changes. But the more that
can you buy factoid the same as you can buy a Bitcoin in Satoshi value?
Yep, absolutely. It's the factoid is on Poloniex, it's on Bittrex, it's on some smaller exchanges as well.
So like, even say, for example, if you're a company and you have, like, say 1,000 articles you want to publish, well, then you could purchase one factoid and then 1,000 articles. But if you're a single person and you only want to publish 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10, you could purchase a fraction of that and then still be able to publish that information.
You could, but the way that the Factom protocol is designed with the two-token system, most of those people will never actually hold the cryptocurrency. Because of the fixed price, what is going to come about, and already has, is they'll utilize subscription systems. So most companies and governments, they do not want to hold cryptocurrency. Most people have no interest in holding cryptocurrencies. What you're going to be able to do, what developers will do, is they'll bake in a subscription model into their applications where you use your credit card and you get that 1,000 entries per month, or for another tier level, you get 10,000 entries per month, or you can buy 100,000 entries per month. And because of the fixed price, that service provider is going to be burning the factoids for you at a little bit of a markup so that they make a profit, and you never have to hold the underlying cryptocurrency. In order for us,
in cryptocurrency, a lot of people, they want to become their own entity. So why would they be paying a service provider to hold their currency for them? I mean, I'm talking about like from the individual standpoint instead of like from the
corporate. So you absolutely can. We have hardware wallet integration, we have paper wallets. You can hold your private key and you can hold your factoids, no problem. If that's the way you want to roll, you absolutely can. However, most companies, so let's take a big step back here. And if we're going to become a global data integrity layer, so you have TCP/IP, which in essence runs the internet, right? If you had to buy Bitcoin every time you wanted to use the internet, send some packets of data along the internet, it would not be efficient. But if you're willing to pay your ISP $80 a month to use the internet, you're in. Right? And that's basically the model for the internet, is you pay your ISP a certain amount of money and they pay all the infrastructure, downstream infrastructure providers to make sure that the internet's functional.
But what's interesting about
let me finish here, please.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Let them finish, please.
In order for us to have a global data integrity layer, it has to be seamless behind the scenes. Just as you're only going to be paying your ISP for internet access, your companies and governments and the end user, they're not going to want to hold and deal with this cryptocurrency. They're just going to want to know that their data is valid, that their data can be trusted, that they can trust the data from everyone else. They want it to happen seamlessly in the background. And the two-token system of the Factom protocol enables exactly that to happen. And that's one of the huge mistakes that most blockchain projects are making, is they're thinking, people are going to want to hold my cryptocurrency. That's nonsense. People are not going to want to deal with 10,000 different cryptocurrencies. They're going to want it to be like the internet, where they pay $80 a month and it does it for them so that they don't have to deal with all the nonsense. They just want to know that they can trust the data. And the vision I have is whether you're paying your ISP an extra $5 a month or whatever to know that this data is trustworthy, or you're going through some blockchain as a service provider. That's the only way we can truly have a data integrity layer, is it happens seamlessly in the background.
That's awesome stuff. Well, hey, Mr. Chapman, I want to thank you for coming on the show tonight and hanging out with us. And I hope everyone's questions were answered to the best of his ability to provide those answers to you. And I hope that you guys were informed of tonight. Once again, Mr. David Chapman there from you said Factomize, right?
Yep.
The section that you handle? Cool. Is there a website for that? We can make sure we post online.
My website is factomize.com, but the front of it we really don't do anything with. The forums at factomize.com/forums are where a lot of the conversation for the Factom protocol takes place.
Awesome.
And then factomprotocol.org is the website for the actual protocol that represents all the entities involved.
Cool stuff. Hey, man, we know you're a busy man. You got the family in the background, doing your thing, multitasking, man. You're a bad.
Yeah, I apologize. I was getting pretty distracted there with some stuff.
No, hey, man, that's real life. That lets you know that you're human, that you're not like some false AI, artificial intelligence, talking to us on tonight. So.
Yeah, you're not a deep fake yet.
Yeah, you're not a deep yeah, deep fake, baby. Looks like Miss Ruth Ann Owens is on the line. We're going to talk with her in a little bit of time, see if she got any update information for us on the show. But hey, we give you much kudos. Thanks for joining the show on tonight. Chewbacca says thank you. Yes, and hey, man, anytime you guys feel like coming on and sharing some more information with us on another day, another time, hey, do so. And
thanks, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
It's all good, man. Let's we thank you for joining us on tonight. Let's everybody give that man a hand.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for being around and answering those questions, man.
Yes.
If you guys have more questions, by all means, join us on the Factomize forums. The community is more than happy to answer anything you have.
That's awesome stuff, man. Hey, factomprotocol.org. Awesome stuff. Hey, have a wonderful week, man, and enjoy yourself. You guys, make sure you join us. Make sure you share, like, make a comment at the bottom. If you hate us, let us know. If you love us, let us know that too in the comment section below. Make sure you guys share this video with your friends and family. Keeps us going. Check us out, Your Crypto Daily Protocol. Your Crypto Daily Protocol, okay. Your Crypto Daily Podcast. You can catch us on all the major podcasts. Castbox, I believe it's what it's called. You got the Apple iTunes Store, Google Podcasts, so on and so on. All the major ones, we're on there. Be on the lookout for the YourCryptoDaily.com mobile app, where you can you can have it right there at your phones, your fingertips, free. It won't cost you anything to download it. It'll be a free application. Coming soon to a Google App Store, or Google Play Store, and a iPhone App Store near you. And thanks, Big B, for hanging out with us on tonight. And we're going to take a small break here, and then we're going to bring on Miss Nancy.
Owens.
Miss Owens, yes. I wanted to say the whole name because it sounds cool when you say it all together, right? And then we'll talk with her briefly, and then we'll be signing off for the night. Stand by.
Many coin developers require extensive infrastructure to maintain day-to-day operations, while hobbyists, investors, and traders require coin developers to do this securely and professionally. We are Spectre Security Coin, building a new kind of decentralized community